that, men.
Think
Stop
with this head, not this head. Because this head will get you in trouble, right? This head will keep you going.
Yes, sir, ski. This the Hood in this podcast where we talk about that real hood shh. Now today, no guest. Classic episode, me and Just. We thought of this topic because it's something that a lot of people are going through in real life. Oh yeah.
Like, subscribe, and share
How could I forget?
video.
How could I
Because
forget?
we drop reels, shorts, TikToks, daily, full-length episodes every single Friday at 8 p.m.
Sirski. So, I be at work. I told you already I got a driving job, so I drive around all day. And I was at work and this idea popped into my mind because I was on the phone while I was driving, not like I was supposed to be. And I'm like, social media is supposed to connect everybody. Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk,
whatever.
Yeah, all of those niggas. They created that shit so we would be able to reach out to people across the planet, in our neighborhoods, in our hometowns, or go back to your hometown and find your old friends. But the oxymoronic paradox that social media has created? It seemed like it's a trend where everybody is more lonely now that social media is here, when it's supposed to connect us. So I wanted to make an episode about that. Social skills, meeting new friends and cultivating intimate relationships and friendships as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good topic.
You want to know what's the problem with social media and the reason why we feel so alone in the connected world as such?
Get right. Elaborate.
Everybody's portraying a fake version of themselves.
Talk to them.
So nobody can never have real connections with somebody in person because you're trying to play this character, this person that you're not.
Talk to them.
So how are they going to actually like you for the person that you are? Because you can only hide for so long. When you step outside, when you're not on your phone, you got to be a person.
Absolutely.
You're a person.
Absolutely.
So if you can't speak like normal conversation and actually get to know people and have decent social cues and stuff like that. Oh, and especially with social cues. Being on social media all the time, talking to three people through instant messaging, FaceTiming, whatever have you, you're in the comfort of yourself.
That's a fact.
Right? But once you step outside in the world and you don't have those comforts and you're supposed to think real time, you don't know what to do.
Word.
That's the reason why you can't make friends.
And that's why we're going to give y'all some simple, easy, practical tips, especially for my hood niggas. First tip, right off of the dome, I just thought about this. For the people that's from the hood or from the neighborhood, it don't matter. We get all walks of life that watch this show. Join communities, not just gangs.
Because, let me say this, with the black community specifically, right? Don't join gangs, join communities. Join a gang, right? You're trying to foster something, a brotherhood, something like that.
Word.
Off of negativity.
Word. Y'all doing the right thing for the wrong reasons.
Yes. For the absolute wrong reasons. Don't join a gang just because, I want to feel like I'm together. I have nobody else, so I'm going to just join this gang.
Word. There's plenty of things that you could join out there, especially with shit like Eventbrite. My brother played for a basketball league. I think it's called Millennial, something like that. Shout out to them.
Something.
Word. Something where you can get together with a hobby. Hobbies are good too. Yes. I did Muay Thai for a year. I still speak to people from that class. So
something productive that's actually beneficial into your life.
And we know how it is when you young. You crave that brotherhood. That's why gangs are so prevalent. It's a normal thing to get with your boys or your brothers and have a brotherhood and camaraderie. But like he said, y'all doing it for the wrong reasons. It's too negative. Y'all crashing out.
Yeah, literally crashing out over trying to be together with your boys, which is insanity. But I will also say with, feeling more connected in this lonely world, sometimes this phone, you gotta throw it out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just throw it
Think
out.
about how you feel when you chilling with Shorty and she pull out her you driving, she pull out her phone in the passenger seat and she's just on the phone the whole time. It's literally like a block, and we all do it. It's not just shorties, it's not just dudes. You, the one watching this right now, you having a conversation with your mom, and as soon as it gets boring, you pull out your phone. That's blocking you. And
so let me say something. If Instagram is telling you that you have way too much screen on time on your phone, is telling you that you're done for today, you've been on your phone for too long.
word.
Yep. You shouldn't let your phone control your life. This is a tool. Your phone is a tool. Social media is a tool that can assist you in your life, not take over your life.
Yep.
And that's what people fail to understand. They feel like social media is their life.
Absolutely.
It's not.
Absolutely. So we gave them 2 practical steps. Steps. 2 practical steps. The first one was join a community. Second one is get a hobby and stick to it.
That's real life.
Yeah.
Not a digital hobby.
Yeah. Not selling weed. So those 2. I got another one here. This one is also a little bit of a trend too, because I used to be this kind of person. Master small talk. So many people, including my past self, hate small talk. But you have to learn how to accompany people before you get all super deep, especially in relationships. Y'all be skipping the small talk stage. Y'all skip straight to, do you got kids? Do you want kids? Where you want to live? Like, whoa.
So now let me ask you, let me say something about that, right? Sometimes, especially when talking to somebody, I mean, you kind of have to be really smart and understand from talking to a lot of people, you can get the answers you want from bringing up other things.
Yes, word. Small things. Like, you know what tells a lot about a person's character too? What they bring up in conversation and the expression on their face. So like,
that's why you need to have in-person conversation, because texting will never tell you what a person actually truly feels. They can't hide it on their face.
Yup, they can't. Imagine you at a lounge or at a bar or something like that, and you end up rizzing up a shorty there, and she brings up her pet dog, and she's lighting up. Just stay on the conversation of dogs. Don't ask her how many fucking bodies she got. It ain't, just chill out with that. Stay on the conversation that she's bringing up. Talk about pets, hot, like shit like that.
Hobbies, whatever have you, stuff that you know. And the thing about it, like, yeah, you could be like, oh, what do you do here? What do you do this? Mind you, she's texting you. You don't know how she's feeling because a text doesn't have no emotion, right? In person, you can talk to her. You see that her face is lighting up, and you're like, damn, there's something that she actually really likes because this brings her joy. All right, let me continue to talk about that. And there's certain things that you guys could have in common that you would never know if you never had the little small talk within the conversation.
That's a fact. So that's 3 practical tips. The next one, this one's practical, and it's a shame that I have to say this, but we're talking about social media anyway. Make an effort to meet the person in real life.
Yes.
You don't know how many people I know that been talking to somebody for 2.5 years and never met them.
Yeah.
I think it's common sense.
Yeah. And, okay, I've been guilty of this as well, too. But not even the fact that, oh, I don't want to see them or I don't want to meet them, stuff like that. You do have your life. And depending on what your current financial situation or what your obligations are.
True.
You can't just fucking fly across the country or
That's a fact.
just to meet one person.
That's a fact.
And I get it, right? I 100% get it. But if life does bring you within the same vicinity, you should make most of the effort to meet that person in person.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. Let's see. So we want to keep it real practical. This is one that I struggle with a little bit, but I've been getting a little bit better with it. You got to be vulnerable. If you want somebody to be your friend or your girlfriend or something intimate like that, you got to show who you really are. You can't be afraid to talk about the stuff that you like, that you don't like. Don't lie and cap and try to make it seem like you like this to make the girl like you. Or
so at the end of the day, right? How do you expect someone to be opening up to you when you can't open yourself?
Talk to them.
It's not a reality.
Talk to them.
So when you have these little talks, a little conversation, of course, the first person that you meet, the first time you talk to a person doesn't mean that you just let everything out there on the table and just have them receive it. No. You guys get to know each other off of the little things, and you could talk about certain topics that's not too crazy, right? Till you get to those where you both feel comfortable in talking about those things.
Absolutely.
It has to be a reciprocal within the conversation. It can't just be one person just over here shelling out everything, and then the person just sitting there just listening like, he's kind of creepy.
Yep.
Crazy.
The next practical tip I would say is plan simple shit first. So do shit that you like to do and invite your friends to do it. Like, let's say you got a favorite local coffee shop that your uncle owned or something like that. You always hanging out in there. Invite one of your friends over there and buy them a glass of coffee or something like that.
Listen, just like how we were kids, just like how we were in high school, I would hope that some of these kids still do these things, but I'm not even 100% sure. Go to a movie.
Yep, yep.
Go have ice cream. Walk in the park. Go do some archery. Go to a arcade gun range. Whatever you want to do. Something that you guys can spend time together and be able to talk about other things while doing it. Because you'll mindlessly just talk about anything.
Yep, I was just about to say that. That active mind where you're out doing activities, taking a walk, you're going to naturally start getting better with the small talk, start getting better. And look, don't get me wrong, you're going to make mistakes sometimes. You might hit a nerve and bring up something that is a real sensitive subject for the person. It happens. But that shouldn't discourage you.
Of course.
Not everybody is the same. You can't be mad at somebody who feels a certain type of way about a certain subject in the way that you delivered.
So let me say another thing, right? And this revolves around dating and social media. Everybody is so instant gratification that they just want what they want like ASAP.
Yeah, that's true. Entitlement.
They just go right over the part of where making the shorty feel comfortable, making the man feel comfortable. Like, I just want to fuck.
Yep.
No.
And I just want you to buy me everything in this store. Like,
exactly. No. Get to know each other to where if you even want to take it to that level, because you're going to feel fucked up that you've done this for this one person that doesn't give a fuck about you, and you're going to feel like you get played. And
y'all can't be mad too, because a lot of y'all be blaming the other person, but y'all don't even be giving the other person time to give a fuck about you.
Exactly.
You give your all to this person
instantly.
And it's human nature for them to take advantage of the situation.
Exactly.
That don't necessarily make them a bad person, but quoting Kanye, if it fall in my lap,
I'm going to just take it.
It is what it is. Like, come on now.
So I would say this, especially when you're talking to a shorty, and this is usually what I do when talking to a shorty, right? Maybe the younger me used to be like, yo, I just want to fuck, whatever have you, do this to get to fuck, whatever. To be honest with you, I'm so past that now because I've done a lot of shorties, whatever have you. I really want to get to know that person.
Word. It'd be damn near hard to fuck when you don't know nothing about the shorty. Word.
Because it's like you are going to do this intimate action with this person and you don't know shit about them. They could be a serial killer and you don't even know. She probably killed every last person that she had sex with. So,
you know what, they be watching the murder shows.
Yeah, they watching murder shows. So you could be another one right there too. And see, because you didn't take the time to talk to her, now you are another statistic. It's crazy. It's crazy how the world works, right?
That's a fact.
The science do show.
This one kind of falls into something that I just said too, but I guess it's a practical tip. I won't elaborate on it because I just did, but don't let the awkwardness discourage you. Those awkward moments, silence, sometimes it could be golden.
Yeah. You can actually think about something else within that silence.
Yep.
Or it could be a topic that you guys do want to talk about, but have some type of boundaries, and you'll get to it later.
Yeah, absolutely. What else? I'm trying to think of specifically like the people that are from the background of us, like a lot of their issues. He already brought up the entitlement.
They don't know. They're prideful. They're way too prideful.
Oh, yeah,
That's a big problem. Dumb down your pride with certain people.
Word.
Because at the end of the day, you may think that you're at this high horse. That person might not think that.
And the clout chasing, too.
That has
y'all be acting like y'all only could be friends with people that got a certain amount of followers and wear certain brands of clothes. Like, come on, bro. That's holding back hella connections.
The clothes don't make you who you are.
Yep.
Right? that same person that's wearing all the clothes could be their last dollar trying to impress someone else
Yep.
with the clothes that they have on. That could be all they really have of value. But mind you, the real people don't care about materialistic things. Don't care about how other people see them. When you talk to them, you actually get to know them. Mind you, those are the most realest people that are the best to be around.
Yeah, word.
So they probably have more friends than anything else.
Yep, that's
and
a
you
fact.
can lose a connection just because of the judging the book by the cover.
Absolutely,
mentality.
yeah, that
a
is
lot
true.
of people in the hood do that. Judge the book by cover. They think somebody's rich because they're
Word.
wearing designer clothes.
Talk to them.
No, like because they drive this car. They could be sleeping out of the car.
Facts. That's a fact.
Or better yet, right? Their mom can own the car.
Yep,
and they flex it like it's theirs.
Yeah, that's a fact too. That's a super fact.
And you over here simping over the guy that drives a fucking McLaren, but his fucking father owns the shit.
Yep. And you could have simply found out by just getting to know that man.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of y'all biggest problems.
And that's the thing. You don't get to find out from that man, and now you think he's a liar.
Yep. Word. That's a fact.
When he didn't actually lie to you, he just didn't tell you.
Yep. Okay. This one dovetails with that one too. I used to hate this when I was young, and I had a rap career too. Especially if you're like an entrepreneur or something like that, you got to network. You got to get out there and believe that you have something of value to offer other people. You got to believe that you're able to create win-win situations.
So I will say this, right? And not to cut you off, because I just want to get this out there. I personally have a problem with networking, and it's only because of my prior hood mentality.
Same here. Same here.
It's from coming from the hood. It's hard to trust people because everyone is full fucking slimy.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like
Especially
when you
business,
walk outside of the hood, you keep that same mentality, and yes, it does protect you from bullshit sometimes. But at the end of the day, not everybody's
It's
like
protecting you from opportunities.
They actually diminishing you from opportunities because everybody doesn't have that hood mentality that haven't grown up inside of the hood.
Yep.
So
That's definitely another
gotta
one.
be able to talk to people. Read too as well.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, those were about 7 practical tips. We could get a little bit more deeper, intimate into it. Body language, look people in the eye when you speak into them. Be genuinely interested in the topics they bring up and the conversations that they bring up. And if you aren't, let them know. And you could be funny and sarcastic. Like, let's say somebody brings up baseball. I fucking hate baseball. I'll let them know real quick. I don't like baseball.
But I will say, I will watch baseball in person because for some reason, I love going to baseball games.
Okay,
the atmosphere.
All right.
But I will never sit and watch that shit on TV.
Word. See, look, that's a conversation right there. If he wasn't my friend or if he was just a stranger, I know that simple fact about him. I could simply be like, oh, so you fuck with football?
Mm-hmm.
You da-da-da? What, you be going to the bars and shit?
Mm-hmm.
What you like to drink?
Mm-hmm.
That's
and
how
those
you...
are simple conversations that you can have without even prying too much.
Exactly.
And I'm being real with him.
You could do this with coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
You could do this with places you frequent.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to the cashiers.
And
talk
be
to the
truthful,
waiters.
too.
Yep.
Be truthful.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If you say like, oh, I love baseball and I love doing this, and I tell you, bro, to be honest with you, I don't really care for football and baseball, to be honest with you. I'm not a sports watcher, right? That's not making me not like you.
Yeah.
You're telling me the truth.
Exactly.
Because now, if you think I'm a fan, now I start asking you players, and
And
you're
you
like,
don't know
oh,
shit, yup.
yeah, I think I seen him, Derek Jeter.
And we all been there. That's when the
Mhm.
person is sitting there like, this nigga don't know what the fuck he talking about.
Yeah.
He just capping.
just smiling and capping.
Yeah,
like, I
word.
can see through your bullshit.
And you're not gonna build intimate relationships like that.
That's
holding
somebody
back.
you can't trust. Like
Yep.
that's somebody I don't want to be a friend with because I could see that you're willing to follow whatever the person is.
And I see it happen all the time too. Especially, you know who do it the most? I'm sorry. Niggas, we gotta take this L. Especially when y'all be trying to talk to shorties that y'all like and bag. Y'all don't understand that's the opposite worst strategy ever. Going in there and trying to like the shit she likes and find what we got in common. Like, bruh.
I mean, yes, you can find what you have in common that's within what you like.
Yeah,
That's not a problem.
naturally.
Naturally, right?
Organically.
But trying to like something that you damn well know that you don't like just to fuck with shorty is crazy.
Word,
bro.
yup. And they could smell that shit. They can sense that shit. They'll never tell you, but you know who they're gonna tell?
Their girlfriends.
Yup.
And now, guess what? Maybe it wasn't meant to be with her, but now her girlfriends is not gonna fuck with you because you're a fucking liar.
Yup. They
Simple
just
as
look
that.
at you like a lame.
Like, oh, you just want the pussy, so I'm not gonna fuck with him. It's just that simple. Because at the end of the day, you gotta understand, this is a world full of billions of people. Just because you don't mingle and have chemistry with one person doesn't mean that you can't be with another.
Yep. Don't be discouraged by failed attempts. Don't be discouraged by people not reaching back out. Invite yourself sometimes. I know it seems like, especially in this day and age when everybody's so sensitive and balled up and living under a rock like Patrick, but bruh, if you see somebody frequently or it's a co-worker or whatever like that, invite them out or invite yourself out or
Because
plan something
they
together.
could probably be just waiting for you to say something.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, some people could be just like you and just be introverted as you. And sometimes it takes you coming out your shell to actually have a good fostering conversation with somebody.
Yep. We are all more alike than we are different. Yes. Everything that you're thinking in your mind when you
Somebody
see that
else
beautiful woman, she possibly could be thinking about the same things about you. You don't know if you that nigga. You don't know if you handsome.
And on top of that too, and I get it. I get it now that women are very combative when it comes to having contact with men, because most of the men are very, very aggressive on what they want. It's understandable. But if you come off as a person that just wants to have a nice conversation and that's it, she'll actually respect you more than other men that's trying to talk to her.
Yep, absolutely. And look, this a tip. I don't usually give out game like this, OD. This one, I when we create Patreon, I'm gonna give a lot of these out, but I'm gonna slip one out. This is promotion for the Patreon. I know, guys, all we think about is sex 24/7. When you see a shorty and she's gorgeous, you talking to her, you trying to refrain from making the conversation sexual. Please have some discipline, men. Do that, because I have to tell you this. Most women are exactly the same way. They're thinking about sex too. And it's always okay to talk about it if you let them bring it up first.
Yes.
That's all you have to do. Just chill and wait and let it segue into it.
Yes.
Don't
force your way into there. Like, come on now.
Word. That's just like forcing your way up into the dry. Like, come on, you gotta, foreplay. Get
her loose, not so tense.
Get her in the mood. Word.
Yeah. You gotta, build that well with some water. You know how you gotta pump for some water and
exactly.
You gotta pump.
Exactly.
You gotta calm down.
I pretty much think that was good. If you got anything else off the dome, any other secret little tips?
When it comes to conversation in life in general, sometimes it's just the simple things. It's literally just the simple things. It could be bullshit.
Yeah, I would say it's 10%. I mean, 90% the simple things, 10% hard conversations. We'll get into those. Well, our show is all about deep, hard truths. So we really don't have to get into that. But in the real world, you're only going to have those real hard conversations with the people you are intimate with anyway. Somebody you in business with, maybe a family member or a longtime friend. And we'll get deeper into navigating those conversations.
Yeah.
But for now, master the small talk. Don't run away from it. Don't, I hate small talk. I hate talking about the weather. I don't want to tell anybody my hobbies or what sports. Like, bruh, that's how life go. That's how it works. You have to accompany the person first, and then you can get more intimate and more deep. I got hella people that I know on first name basis at the gym that some of them have invited me out. I've went out and gotten lunch with them. Some of them I'll invite out and be like, yo.
Let's go grab something.
Yeah, word. Yep.
It's just simple. Like, at the end of the day, we're people living in the same space that we have a lot more in common than we do have dislikes. But the thing is, we just have to get there.
Yes.
And most people just want what they want. They're so used, especially with this freaking social media, is that everyone is on a transactional basis.
Yeah.
They want something right now, instantly, just like how they get a like instantly, just like how they get a comment instantly, a share instantly. They want what they want in person instantly. And mind you, life is not instant gratification.
I would say that too. I'm so glad that you brought that up. Admit to yourself that you're transactional, because we all are. We get into relationships, friendships,
trying to gain something.
To gain something out of it, and you have to give something.
Exactly.
So once you acknowledge the hard truth that you are transactional, you start thinking about, well, what the fuck am I bringing to the table? Why does this person want to be my friend? Stop that entitlement mindset where it's I'm perfect, this God's gift to earth, and why doesn't this person come over here and talk to me? I know all about rocket science and bruh. You're so entitled that you don't realize that you're just putting a shield on yourself over people.
Yes.
Shorties do this shit the most with that resting bitch face shit. Sometimes y'all gotta be the ones that go out and be the connector.
Yes.
You go connect with somebody. You go say the first word.
Yes.
You send the first text.
Because I would say this, like, especially when it comes to shorties, like I've really just not pride myself about it, but I really don't try to talk to shorties, honestly.
Word.
I let them come talk to me because at the end of the day, once I know that you're interested, and it doesn't even have to be interested on a sexual level, just interested to like speak to me.
Yep.
Like I will speak to you, no problem.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, like I don't have a problem with having female friends. It's just I understand what comes with having a female friend, but I'm just not looking for sex all the time. To be honest with you,
Word. I understand. I think I heard a shorty say this before. She's pretty attractive, very, very pretty woman. And she was like, I just want to have friends, but I feel like it's always an ulterior motive. And I kind of felt bad for her because her being pretty like that, I know every single guy that comes to her gives her the energy that we was just telling y'all not to give women.
And I usually say this all the time too, like especially with pretty women. I'll tell them like, yo, you are a very attractive woman. And I won't tell them that I want them or anything. And mind you, you got to just keep the fucking sex out your head.
Word, yep.
Like, I know what you go through. I literally run a podcast and I bring on guests that are attractive.
Yep.
I do this shit for research, to be honest with you.
Yep.
And I'm at a point in my life right now that I just don't want to give everyone that intimate time.
Exactly. I was going to say that too. That was going to be the last tip. Be vulnerable. Oh, yeah, I already said be vulnerable. But the second half to that tip was when you are ready. Because when you do it too early, exactly, you do it too early. And if you're vulnerable too early, people can take advantage of you. People can start making assumptions about you. Oh, this person is a bitch. Oh, this person.
Two things I would say. Stop getting taken advantage of and stop taking advantage of people.
Yep.
Right?
Subconsciously. Because
Yes.
I do believe that there are maniacal personalities out there who take advantage of people on purpose. But like I said earlier, a lot of us don't know things like, oh, I am transactional. Oh, I am entitled. You're subconsciously taking advantage of other people when you have that mindset.
And I would say this for men, right? There's going to be shorties that out there that really just want to fuck you. And there's shorties that are going to fuck you but also want a relationship.
Yep.
Understand how to distinguish between the both.
Oh, talk to them.
Because the thing about it is that you're going to destroy that girl knowing she wants a relationship, knowing you ain't gonna give it to her.
Yeah, bro. I got to the age where it's like, look, shorty could be gorgeous, but if she giving me that energy where she want a relationship,
I'm not
even sticking my dick in it. It's just like it's too much of an emotional roller coaster. Like he said, you got to use that discernment to know between a treesh and a girl that you should to treat with respect.
Yes.
and
because I'll tell her, and be truthful too. Because like when I talk to shorties or whatever, I tell them like, yo, I'm not really looking towards marriage and I'm not really looking for a relationship at this point in time. And it's not because it's you. I feel like you're a good shorty, you're pretty, you have a good conversation with me, whatever have you. I just understand that at this time and point of my life, I care about my goals way more do I care about being within a relationship.
That's
because
a fact.
if I do come into a relationship with you, right, and that's something that I want to be able to devote my time and able to build and mend that stuff. But I know personally for my goals and the things that I need to do, I can't do it at this time. So I'm not going to play with you with that. I'm not going to waste your time.
And
that's fucked up.
This is why we're teaching y'all how to talk, because guys, y'all would know that there are women that feel the exact same way as him and they get horny at night and they would love to fuck you. But you don't have enough conversations with them to know that there's women out there like that.
Yes.
You just want to fuck everything that you see.
And you think that you're
missing out on opportunities.
You're entitled to do that.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
Talk to
You're not
him.
him.
Yeah,
Okay?
talk to him.
You're not him.
Yep.
You become him once you learn to stop thinking with this.
That's a fact. We can end right there on that. So that's a gem right there. That is a gem. We might have to make the new outro something like that. Men,
Think
Stop
with
think-
this head,
Yeah.
not this head.
That-
Because this head will get you in trouble. Right? This head will keep you going.
That's a fact.
Simple.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Shorties, just listen. That's all of the advice that we give shorties. We could sum it up with just listen. That's all y'all need to do. If y'all listen to that advice, everything else will fall into place.
Yes. That is another episode of the Hood Endless podcast. We talk about that real hood shit. And we are out.